to put you in. You protest your complicity. Easy now. One hand will wash the other. One hand will wash the fly over and bless me. See you feign surprise that I'm all eyes. And where are we? Need to be, need to be. Easy now. One hand will wash the other. One hand will wash the other. What's the furthest place from here? It hasn't been my day for a couple years. What's a couple more? And if I go, don't forget one good thing I almost did. I learned your name without words. I used my eyes, not my hands.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Hopefully, y'all are doing okay. We are going to work on boss integration today. Let me let Discord know that we're live. There we go. I'm a little bit early today, which is kind of nice, so we're going to be able to get a good amount of work done, especially if I don't yap all morning. But let's get Unity up and running. Get Ryder going. I got a coffee. Everything's looking good. Got good tunes. All right, let's go. Chat, I hope you guys are doing okay. Okay, so yesterday we worked on just double checking if fading in and out worked, and it does. So when things start, Unity is in the wrong place. When things are going to start, you're not going to see the boss, the representation of the boss. Like, are we okay with the positioning and everything? I think we're okay with it. Right, you don't see it. It's all good. I think when I say like systems critical, I mean, I think the obvious place is going to be here. And here. This is such a great album. It you know what, I only found out, I really kind of discovered Jawbreaker in 2025. And I'm a little late to the game. Like 30 years too late. But it's a great album. When was Dear You released? In 1995? Yeah. A little late to the game. All right, I'm just, I had a bit of a brain fart. Okay, we want to, I think when we get to here, destroy save, we're going to show some colors. Okay, setting 3 different types of arrays for colors here. Okay. Like, I think I'm just going down the wheel into blues. What do you think about that? And then we will encode. Here we need to do, because we need to set all the colors to alpha 0, so we could do something like that and just refactor this to accept a method property. Just adding a little comment so I don't forget. Carduck, how are you doing? Good to have you drop on in. I'm doing good. I got myself some coffee. We're making some progress today. It's a little bit quieter today, so I'm yapping less, but it's good. Got some good tunes in the background. So hopefully this is a nice lurker-friendly stream today. Nothing much. You're just searching for an AI extension on Chrome to cheat in my interview. There is a... depends if you have to share your screen or not, but Claude has a plugin. But if you're going to, I mean, so it depends on what they're going to ask you to do and in what, like, and where they're going to ask you to do it. If all you're doing is sharing your screen, like theoretically, just share your IDE if you're writing code and like, so if you're on Zoom, just share like that window. And then you could have AI in another spot. You could also have like AI on your phone, right? You could just be like using it on a completely different device. Claude, yeah, Claude. I'm French. It's Claude in English. You won't be sharing your screen, just a webcam. I mean, hey, if you can get away with it, like, I don't think morally I have a problem with people cheating. I know that might sound surprising. Like, if I catch you cheating, I probably... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I care. I mean, I think, like... I'm trying to think, like, what do I care about in interviews? Like, I want to make sure that you're a smart person. And depending on which, like, kind of call, right? So, like, when I interview folks, the first interview that we do is, like, basically just a discussion. I try to, like, it should be... It feels, like, scripted now because I do so many of them, but, like, it's not that scripted. It's just a conversation. I want to learn about you. I want to learn about your experience. I want to see if you're a smart person, if you're someone that I want to work with, someone I think is going to fit well on the team and just like be successful. Like, these are the things I'm looking for. Even before like we get into like base level technical stuff, right? You know, what's your intuition on process? What's your experience? What did your previous team look like? Are you excited about software development? Are you passionate about software development? Have you worked on side projects? Tell me about, projects you've done at school. Stuff like that, right? And so I think like I've definitely encountered folks where they were definitely using AI to even answer some of like those basic questions, right? Just like conversation type stuff. And how it came across to me in the interview was like, I don't know if this guy's like reading off of something. It's either he has a bunch of scripted answers or whatever, but it felt very like cold. It came off very cold. And I don't know if it's fair to like hire or not hire by vibes, but like the vibes were off. The gut check was off. And so he didn't pass. Even though like his answers were like semi-okay. Probably would have passed someone else for maybe answering the same way if it was more of a conversation. It just felt weird, right? So I mean, like, there's that. I mean, obviously like the technical stuff, I don't know. There's also a part of me that's like, do whatever you need to do to like get through it. Because I know it's like interviews are hard and they're nerve-wracking, and a lot of people are anxious and have anxiety through it and don't perform as well as they would. And I also know that like if you fake an interview and you get into the job, like if you care and you're passionate, you're still gonna like do your damned hardest to like catch up and to, put your best foot forward. So like do what you need to do. Lie on your CV, lie on your application, like do whatever you need to do to get yourself a job. The market's shitty enough as it is. You need to like have like the best advantage, I think. But I think once you get the job, it's then up to you to like prove that like you can still do the job. And you could like level yourself up quickly enough by doing whatever the hell you need to do. If that's working extra hours that you don't tell anyone about and just like, brute forcing your way through. I think that's okay. Like, I feel like I did that and like, I never really cheated on an interview, but I remember one of my first jobs, like I showed up and I'm like, why the hell did they hire me? Like, I felt like such a dummy. And I showed up and it's like, I really don't know like anything. I felt like I didn't know anything. I felt like I was surrounded by a bunch of like geniuses and I was like the biggest idiot in the room. And I just put the effort in. I'm like, it wasn't like, okay, 9 to 5, clock out and we're done. It was like, for like the first couple of months was like me just like working the hardest I've ever probably worked in my life to really like get up to speed and to upskill myself so that I felt a little bit more comfortable, right? But like, sure, the company maybe got more out of me, but at the same time, like I'm now a director of software engineering. I've gone through multiple startups. Like I've built so much experience and I've built like so much, I've gone through so many reps of like making mistakes that like, I feel a lot more confident when it comes to this sort of stuff. Sorry, I'm not really looking at chat. I was ranting. Sorry, pontificating. But you also want to do as few press, like you don't want HR to hear your clicks. Yeah, they probably won't. I mean, maybe on your keyboard, depending on your keyboard, what you should do is go out and buy yourself a cheap, go get a cheap keyboard that doesn't have mechanical switches, so it's very spongy. If I'm going to work for your company, I will use internet and AI. Absolutely. Like that's the reality of the world. And quite frankly, like our position has changed on AI over like just the last year and a half or a year, that I don't even know if our interview process makes sense anymore. Like there's a part of me that's like, why don't we just let people use, like, let's be a little bit more open to like understand how people use AI. Like, tell me, are you using AI for this interview? Like, I want to know, like, how are you using it? Because these are like skills that we're kind of looking for now. Should I ask why you haven't released a new game since you have been bought by Zynga? Should you ask that question? Let's table that for a second. Yeah, Google is probably filled with a bunch of Zynga interview tips and sample questions, so you should probably go through that. It doesn't hurt, Cardoc. It doesn't hurt to maybe go through them because it might still give you an idea of like what they're gonna ask. I mean, the question period in interviews is, I think, an opportunity to do two things. One, it's an opportunity for you to get a sense of the company, right? Is it a good fit for you? So you could ask some questions around that. One of the questions that I like is kind of framing it as a given that they're going to hire you and what success will look like in, let's say, 6 months to a year. And so that gives you two things, right? It kind of gives you like what their immediate expectations are, but it also frames it like, hey, yeah, we're going to hire this guy. And so the question could be like something like, so you've hired me, I've been at the company for a year. What would what are the things that I would do? What were the things after a year? What are the things I would have done that make you think that would make you think, yes, we absolutely nailed this interview with hiring Chris? What would, what are the things? Something like that. And so then you could it puts a little bit of a seed in their mind of you being there for a year, and it gets them thinking about what success will look like for you as if you're already hired. So there's a little bit of psychology to the question, but then also it gives you the insight into what are my immediate expectations as I come into this role, right? And I always like that question. Just depending, it doesn't even matter how it's framed. When folks are hey, what are the things what's onboarding like? What are the what can I do in the first month? What am I expected to do in the first month, the second month, third month, stuff like that. I think those are good questions because it's kind of framing it in a way of you want to get, you want to hit the ground running and you want to be able to do what you need to do to be successful. Yeah, I mean, I think salary, you don't need to necessarily bring that up in the first interview. I think you're going to talk salary with HR at some point. It's been a while since I've interviewed. I've always hated immediately when they ask, at least now in Canada for a lot of positions, they share the range. I think I mean, I don't know if it's an old style negotiation tactic. You're kind of told to never kind of give, show your hand and give a number first. So I try to throw it back and say something well, what's the budget for this role? What's the range or, yeah, what's something around why don't you tell me what the range of this role is that you have for this, or what's the budget for this role, to try to get them to give you a range. They'll probably push back on that. So I don't know, because at the same time, I'm the type of person that's also just I don't want to waste my time and then go through 3-4 rounds of interviews, and then they're gonna lowball me something that is ridiculous. So sometimes if I'm in a position where I don't really care if they're gonna hire me, I will give them the money that I'll tell them this is how much I want to make, and that might end the interview. It might end it there and then, and I shoot myself in the foot. And I will go high because I know that they're going to try to lowball me. But I usually try to throw it back to them. Hey, what's the budget for this role? Every hiring manager has a range that they're able to leverage, unless there's someone exceptional, right? Internally, they have a range for the role that they're hiring for. And it's somewhere between probably anywhere between low and high of 20K or 50K, depending on who they find with what kind of experience and how they match up to other folks in the company. I always hate though, when they're what did you make at your last job? It's none of your freaking business. How much are you expecting here? It's to be paid fairly, tell me your range, I could get pretty feisty sometimes, but again, it's are you negotiating from a position of strength where you have a job, or are you negotiating from a position of weakness where you'll take anything? Psychologically, it makes a difference, right? Because you're less confident going into the latter than the former. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Really think about, it's hard for you because if this is your first job, you don't really have much insight. Do you know any friends at the do you have any colleagues at the company, or do you have Yo, Justice Leopard, good to see you. I gotta fix the overlay. It doesn't work for first for whatever reason. Like, I don't know like what a game developer makes in their first job in Turkey. But if you have like a bit of an idea of like what the average salary is, like you could throw that out and it'll sound very fair. If you have people within the company, you could ask around to see if anyone will tell you. Yeah, art department's going to be different. You're not going to get a similar. You're not going to get a. Oh my! Oh no! Where did my colors go? You're not going to get a similar answer. Oh, it's going to change the name. F me. If I put it back, will I get the colors back? Shit. But I wouldn't worry about it too much because like you don't really have expectations in Cardok. Like you're looking for like, you're not going to turn down this role based on salary. Because it's going to be more than what you're making at Burger King. And it's aligned with what you want to do in your career, right? And so my advice here is don't belabor it too much. You know, if they ask, come up with a good number. You could also say like, hey, it's my first job. I don't know. What's the range? Like you tell me, right? They're going to give you what they're going to give you. And you're going to go in and you're going to get some experience. And you're either going to grow within this company, unlikely, because the reality is like the raises that you're going to get are like 2-3%. But after a year and you're going to build confidence, you're going to go and apply somewhere else. And then when people ask you what you want, you can then give them a real number of like, you know, you want, because you're going to know, right? Let's say you're making, I would hope you're not making $20,000, but let's say you're making $20,000 at this job. You might want your next job to be $40,000, a 50% increase, right? And so you can then go and leverage like a bit of your experience and a bit more knowledge of the industry to push yourself to the next job with the better salary. Oh, I'm so annoyed that I lost the colors. But I wasn't married to them. I probably said it yesterday, but I'm studying for a test to become a government worker. That happens once every 2 years. Why? I thought you wanted to get into game development. If you don't make it to Peak Games, I'll probably work as a part-timer in Burger King. Yeah, if I don't make it to Peak Games, I will probably work as a part-timer. Sure, sure, sure. Is that the only game studio in Turkey? There's got to be multiple game studios in Turkey, dude. I don't know. Don't know. There are more, but that's the online one I have an interview with. Yeah, sure. But I mean, I'm saying if that one doesn't work with Zynga, you could always like apply to other places. But obviously, if you need cash, like working at BK or a government job, doesn't hurt. You got to make that. Got to make the bread. RAM isn't cheap nowadays. Why do you want to switch to Unreal? I thought you were working in Unity. Okay, these are commented out. Why are these commented out? I forgot. Boss prefab. I remember. So it is kind of stuff like this that AI is kind of nice at, where it's like I just have like an autocomplete. I feel like I still don't trust it enough to just like let it go, but like I could do a quick code review, right? Int I 0, I less than boss prefabs, I plus plus, like that's the same, and then just making sure that loop shake children. In small bursts, the autocomplete of AI could be really, really good. Like it's just so simple to just do like, for it to already know that I want a for loop to replace like these 5 lines of code. Cool. And then, why is it, oh no, it's working. If only it was that easy. I have 350 free assets I got from limited time free assets so I can make a nice looking PC game quicker. Don't shake children, guys. Don't shake children, guys. What? I mean, it's definitely not easy to build a game. It's definitely not as easy to build a game as maybe you're thinking, Kardak. As you can see, I'm over 2 years into this. Granted, I'm not putting my whole chest into it. You know, it's a 1 hour here and there, but the other thing you need to remember is that what is the stat? How many games are released on Steam every day? Actually, 50 games seems small. But there's 50 games released every day on Steam. And so you really have to like, you have to compete for visibility. You got to get incredibly lucky timing's got to be just right, and you got to build something that's above and beyond like just an amazing game. Not as easy as you might think to generate a ton of revenue. I spent 10 years with Unity. I can handle it. So there's 49 unsuccessful games. Well, there might be 50 unsuccessful games. Look, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just trying to be realistic. I think Justice Leopard 2 is like just trying to be realistic, that it's like freaking hard. Like Justice Leopard, I'm curious about like the revenue that Foolbox made on his tile game. What was it called? Block Shop. Like I look at Block Shop and I'm like, this game is like such a nice niche. It's really polished. It looks great. He's got a bit of a following on Twitch. You know, like there's any given day 20 people in his stream that follow him. So like there's some momentum. When he did release, like he had like 100 people in stream, right? So like there's quite a few folks that, you know, have watched him build the game and were interested in playing the game. Right. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say, like I'm not trying to like dunk on Foolbox either, is what I'm saying is like me looking from the outside, it's like here's a guy that like has gone through those reps and he has like a very solid game in front of him. Hold on, let me go do not disturb on my phone. He has like, you know, I feel like he had everything working for him there. Like the game looks great. The game was a lot of fun to play. And he still probably didn't make a ton of cash on it, right? Like I would even be curious to know if like he made enough money to continue making Scope Creep. I think, yeah, Scope Creep is going super well too. And like he's going to build on his momentum of Block Shop, right? And like he's going to release Scope Creep, and I think like that's a little bit of an easier niche for people to buy into. It looks great, sounds great. That genre probably has a bigger audience of folks who will pay like a couple of bucks for the game. But like, is it also going to blow up? Like, I don't know. You know, like it's a grind. It's hard. I would imagine it's going to be hard for him to like truly make like a very strong career out of it, right? So yeah, we're not like poo-pooing on you, Kardak. We're just saying that like it's not going to be as easy as like all I need is like 6 months and I'm going to build a game that's going to launch my career and support my ability to pay rent. It's going to be hard. Here's the thing though, if you're young, which I'm kind of assuming that you are, the one, you have time, and two, you have a higher risk profile, right? Like you don't have a mortgage to pay. You could eat ramen for a couple of months to like save the money to like, you know, keep the electricity on while you work on the game. So now's the time to do it. If you're going to do it, like don't wait like me. I'm 40 years old. It's a little bit harder for me to go full in on this passion because I have a family to support. I have rent. I have a mortgage to pay. Like I have car pay. Well, I don't have car payments anymore, but like there's things that I need to like, you know, I need money. So it's a little bit different than if I was like 20 and all I needed was like rent money and beer money, right? It makes me wish that I had the confidence to do this 20 years ago. But I didn't. Because who knows where I'd be? Like, let's say I was streaming 20 years ago. or when Twitch like first like started, you know, maybe I could have like built a career around it. I think if you put time into anything, you can build a career around something. I forgot the name of the method. Create pulse animation. And then that should return if boss pulse sequences equals null, I will do this, else for each sequence in boss. Yeah. That sounds about right. You're not young, you're 26. Yeah, it's still young. But you're getting older, man. The joints are going to start hurting in a couple of years. So it wouldn't be null. It would be like boss pulse sequences. Like one of them would be null. So each color in boss colors to have an alpha, huh? And look, Cardok, I don't think we're trying to be patronizing. at all. Like, I'm definitely not. Like, I'm not saying that you're young because of whatever, or that you should listen to us because of whatever. I think just on like that, I'm gonna make a game, it's gonna blow up. Like, I think that's like, I think that's good to have that mentality, to be wrong, like to not to dissuade you, like having a bit of having the right amount of delusion to chase any kind of like artistic or creative outlet, like something like that, I think is important. Like, I'm, I have a little bit of delusion where like I click live on stream thinking that people care to tune in to listen to me talk or build a game or whatever, right? Like, if I was so self-conscious about like why would anyone care, I would never do it, right? But there's a part of me that's like, yeah, well, I have something to offer. I think I'm great. And so I think like that's good. I think that's important to have. So I say, I'm also like very kind of like risk adverse. So, when I kind of like look at your situation, I'm like, don't bank on it. But you know what? Fuck it. Bank on it, man. Go for it. Go fucking hard. Like, get your computer, build your game. And I hope that it like come back and tell me. Like, I want to see you be super successful. And then when you're making like, $1 million, don't forget to sub. Come back and sub, you know what I mean? Tell me more. What are you going to make with your 3D printer? I've been wanting to buy a 3D printer forever, but like I feel like I have enough projects that it's just going to end up sitting. Anything and everything and anything. I'm not sure I would have any change. You're also doing kickboxing lesson, regular running with run tribes. I mean, that's good to be getting. It's good. Exercise is good, man. I'm a 3D modeler. Oh man, that's true, eh? That is the one thing that like, that is the one thing that's like really cool with a 3D printer. Like, if you're really good at 3D modeling, you could just print all kinds of cool shit. Once I'm done typing stars, I think the next thing I'm going to do on stream is like, I want to dive into Blender. I really want to like try to get good at Blender. So I might take a break from game dev and just like try to go through like a couple of tutorials to really practice. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for our... Oh my god, there's so much shit. Canvas game, I think. There we go. I would like to maybe get these behind. Like, I kind of like this, how it's like behind. These just look so bright. Can't do that. Why does that work? Interesting. Interesting. It might take over a year to get good at Blender. Can I get like just okay at Blender in like a couple of months? Do you think like that's possible? Just to like... Okay, these guys are behind. It definitely has to do probably with the custom shader. Yeah, for sure. Can I build a really cool donut in like a month? What do you think? You think that's possible? Of the autumn leaves that fall. I don't know why that is happening. Is that just like, I don't know. Probably has to do with the shader. But I want it to be over it. Okay, let me test something out. If I just make this alpha like negative, whatever. Did I break? Okay, so I broke the game. All right, because this is like no, alpha's 1. So it fucks up if I do it. Wait, hold on a second. All right, the alpha on this is probably, no, the alpha on the full star sprite is 1. Am I managing it in code? Okay, did I? Am I out of undos? Undo? No, okay. I went too far. What did I do? Yeah, for sure. Good donut on your first day should be possible. Yeah, if I just follow like a tutorial. F my life, I fucked something up. I don't know what I did. What did I do? I really don't want to lose my colors. Oh, I don't want to lose my colors. Did I save my colors? Oh, this is annoying. Add colors. Yes, I think I saved. Okay, so I'm not gonna... I could always revert, I think. I'm gonna not save. Let's open it up again. Oh my god. Always feels like something. Thank you guys for coming along for the ride. Like I said, there is a little bit of delusion where you're like, you know, you click go live, start stream, and you think that people are going to care to watch. And so it is nice that folks are hanging out. I'm not leaving yet. I'm just saying thank you. Still some time left. Okay, my colors are still here. The sprites look like they are solved. Okay. Okay. Whatever the hell I did, I'm able to recover it. And then I'm trying to think, what can I do here to get those under? I think I could probably hack it away. I could probably do a little bit of hacking. But I'm going to try to just be very... It's not that, but if I do... Sorry, if I do flip... What did I do and it worked? Yeah, it 100% sounds like you're ending stream. Did it really? Was I up to 8 viewers? I wasn't even looking. I did the same thing yesterday, and your view count went from 8 to 2. Oh yeah, that was yesterday, went from 8 to 2. Today it's just you guys, so I think we're okay. Okay, I won't say it. I'm just gonna like... Yesterday it was. Yeah. Well, fuck it. I'm not going to, like, warn you guys next time. I'm just going to end stream. You guys going to be like that? You know, I was just thanking you. I was just saying thank you for hanging out. You know? I super appreciate it. But I think if I do this, then my full star... Yeah, okay. My shader is now broken. So it definitely is the shader. Carduck, thanks for hanging out, man. Do come back and tell me how the interview goes. I'm very curious. Okay, I gotta figure out the shader, how to get the shader below. How to get this shader to sort, because I think it's just like on top of everything. Which is fine, but it's not fine. It looks like really out of place. It's just too bright. Like I need to have some opacity. The tint is like, it's like black, right? There's no opacity. That's the problem. There's no opacity. Okay, I'll have to figure that out maybe off stream. It feels like there's more and more and more that kind of gets in the way of like just getting this right, as opposed to being able to go fast. That's where I feel like I'm at right now. Which is a little bit annoying. So what do I need to do? I do need to update this screen. And then when we get to the boss level, yeah, we're gonna add like, it's gonna start getting like crazy.
Yes. It'll probably be in like the evening though. Having dinner today.
Hey, thanks for the follow. What brings you in? Or are you just lurking? A little sus that you just created your account 13 minutes ago. But I'll take the follow anyways. Okay. We're going to go say hi to Leginger Dev. Thank you for hanging out with me today. We are out of time. Do appreciate y'all. You could leave now, or you could come join the raid, and I will see you tomorrow. We need to keep on working on this. No time to rest. Bye, guys. Thank you.